Hey guys, how's it going? Last night I had some fun trying out a new game on Steam called Marvel Rivals. It's a new PvP game slash hero shooter game, and it's completely free to play if you guys want to check it out. In this video, I just wanted to give my first thoughts and initial impressions of my first 6 or so hours of playing the game. So let's jump right in. So right off the bat, I think they really nailed the vibe. The game feels like it's straight out of a comic book somehow. Things are really flashy and the graphics seem pretty polished. The first thing I did was jump into practice mode to mess around with a bunch of heroes and get a feel for the controls. And to my surprise, there are 33 heroes available at launch, which I thought was pretty impressive. There's a lot of decades-old fan favorites here, which I think is pretty cool. You got Captain America, Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, so that's really cool. And there's definitely some oddball characters too. I don't really consider myself a big Marvel guy, and I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable when it comes to the Marvel universe. But there's some funny characters like Squirrel Girl. Who the heck is she? I do not recognize this one. After messing around in the practice range, I decided to queue up for some quick matches, and my initial games went really well. I was having a lot of fun, but the more I played, and as the night went on, I realized that there were a few problems that pretty quickly stood out to me. I knew this game was a hero shooter going into it, but there really wasn't anything I could find that made this game stand out to me. It really does feel like an Overwatch clone. As an example, a lot of the hero ability kits in this game have a lot of similarities to the hero kits in Overwatch. Black Widow here feels a lot like Widowmaker. Squirrel Girl plays a lot like Junkrat. And Hawkeye feels a lot like Hanzo. I suppose one of the things that Marvel Rivals does to try and stand out is they implemented this thing called team-up abilities, where if you synergize certain heroes on your team, they will be able to perform certain special team-up abilities. In my first 6 or so hours of playing, these abilities really didn't stand out much to me. I guess I need more time to learn and understand how these abilities and synergies work, but they blended in so well to the game that I didn't notice them. So I'm unsure how much of a standout feature this is going to be. Another big thing that became very apparent to me rather quickly last night was the balancing in this game and how it does feel off. There were certain heroes I'd choose where I'd feel very strong and very impactful, and when I chose them, I could dominate a lobby. And then there were other heroes where they felt pretty lackluster and pretty unimpactful. And I do feel like this is an issue that the developers should look at. As an example, I quickly found Hela to be very, very good. She does an insane amount of damage, she has impressive mobility, and she even has a stun. She can turn the tide of a battle quickly if you have good aim, and her ult is equally devastating and can easily clean up a team fight. And on the other hand, you have heroes like Magic, who isn't as tough as the big bruiser melee heroes. She's nowhere near as agile as some of the other assassin-type characters, and she doesn't have enough damage to make up for her shortcomings. Her toolkit is neat, but she's incredibly underwhelming. One more little thing that bothered me last night, although this one is minor, is that at the end of every match, I was wanting to see the play of the game. I thought that was so exciting in Overwatch, and in this game, it does not exist. There's a little MVP sequence, but it's definitely not as exciting as Overwatch's play of the game. All in all, I had a lot of fun playing this game last night, and I definitely think it's worth a try, especially being that it's free. You just can't beat that. But after my first play session, I definitely felt like the problems with this game were apparent and easy to spot. It just left me wanting to see a little bit more ingenuity from the developer team. All that aside, the game is having a very successful launch on Steam right now, and the initial launch numbers are looking good. Players are having fun. I hope the developers can continue to improve upon the game. I think it's very healthy that Overwatch has some competition now, but it remains to be seen if this game can be a true Overwatch killer. Only time will tell. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you soon.